How did Lando break out of his cocoon? Lando Norris is overjoyed about his first Formula One victory at the Miami GP. He sees this win as a huge moment of pride and believes it will finally shut up the critics and doubters who have questioned his talent. The McLaren driver clinched his first win in an exciting finish at the Miami International Autodrome. Norris outperformed triple world champion Max Verstappen, taking the flag for the first time after 110 races since his debut in Australia in 2019. Norris was already planning his victory celebration well before crossing the finish line at the Miami GP. The McLaren driver clinched his first ever F1 win after 110 races, outpacing the reigning champion Verstappen. By lap 30, I knew I had it, Norris said confidently. Norris remained calm throughout, even planning whether to lift the trophy with his left or right hand while driving. Norris has been close to winning before. In the 2021 Russian GP, he was on the verge of victory, but rain came in and spoiled his chances. Despite his efforts and near wins, some people have still doubted him. He's faced online abuse and criticism, with some calling him Lando No-Wins. But in Miami, Norris showed everyone what he's made of. He said that all the negative feedback actually pushed him to do better and reach new heights. Norris's journey to this point has been full of challenges and near misses. He's had to work hard to prove himself, and this win is a testament to his determination and skill. He's had to deal with a lot of pressure and criticism, but he never gave up. Instead, he used it as motivation to push himself further. Winning in Miami is not just a personal victory for Norris, but also a big moment for his team, McLaren. They've stood by him through all the ups and downs, and this win is a reward for all their hard work and dedication. During the race, Norris got a boost from a timely pit stop when the safety car was out, allowing him to maintain the lead against Verstappen. With fresher tires, he not only stayed ahead, but also displayed remarkable composure, widening the gap to Verstappen by 7.6 seconds at the finish line. Verstappen has been dominating F1 for the past 2 years. After the race, he found himself accidentally sitting in the middle seat reserved for the winner at the press conference. He chuckled when reminded that this time he wasn't the one celebrating the victory. Despite this, he graciously praised his friend Norris. "I'm really happy for Lando today," Verstappen said. "He deserved it." Towards the end, he was much faster. Norris had 24 laps to maintain his lead, which he did with absolute control. He set several fastest laps, comfortably outpacing Verstappen by the checkered flag for a memorable and long-awaited victory. Norris thanked his parents for their unwavering support and explained why he dedicated the win to his grandmother. "My parents have been incredibly supportive right from the start," Norris shared. Lando Norris has said that the Monaco Grand Prix is the race every driver wants to win in their career. This weekend, he and his team aim to keep improving and fight for top spots again. After a steady start to the 2024 season, significant upgrades have put Norris and McLaren in the mix. Norris recently achieved his first win by beating Red Bull's Verstappen in Miami and secured strong second-place finishes in China and Imola. Norris is really hoping that the positive trend continues for him on the narrow and winding streets of Monte Carlo, which he now considers home. He has done well there before, even getting a podium finish in 2021. When someone asked him about the chance of winning in Monaco, he said it would be amazing. He explained that every driver wants to win there at some point because of the place's history, uniqueness, and prestige. Lando Norris thinks he and his McLaren team are still strong candidates in the Formula One World Championship, competing against Red Bull's Max Verstappen. Even Verstappen, the current champion, admits they are a threat to his title hopes. Norris got his first F1 win in Miami and almost caught up with Verstappen in the next race in Imola, finishing just 0.7 of a second behind him. Norris believes that with 1 or 2 more laps, he might have had a chance to overtake Verstappen for the win. Red Bull team principal Christian Horner and Mercedes team principal Toto Wolff both agree that Norris is now a title contender. Before this weekend's Monaco Grand Prix, the 24-year-old Norris was optimistic about closing the gap to Verstappen. Norris mentioned that he's 60 points behind Verstappen, so there's still a long way to go. He said they put themselves in the competition but lost a lot in the first few weekends, which hurt their progress. However, with 2/3 of the season left, there are plenty of opportunities to catch up. He believes that with some improvements coming, they can start to come back against other teams. Norris also highlighted how strong the team is, especially with his Australian teammate Oscar Piastri, who finished 4th at Imola. He said that, like Ferrari, they have 2 cars performing well in every session, race, and qualifying. Unlike other teams that rely on just one driver, McLaren's strength is having 2 competitive cars. If they keep this up, they can stay in the fight. McLaren introduced some very effective upgrades in Miami, moving their car to the front of the pack and making them one of Red Bull's biggest challengers. Verstappen, who has won 5 out of the 7 races this season, admits that McLaren is now a serious threat. He noted that even though McLaren is currently behind in points, they could catch up quickly if they start winning. He emphasized that Red Bull will keep working to improve their car. Norris was cautious about his chances this weekend, saying he would wait to see how the car handles the unique Monte Carlo streets. Verstappen, the leader at Red Bull's F1 team, acknowledged Lando Norris as a potential contender for the championship. This recognition comes after Norris's recent strong performances, including a win and 2 second places in the last 3 races. He mentioned that McLaren has been performing really well lately, and even though they're currently behind in points, if they keep up their good form and start winning consistently, they could quickly close that gap. Meanwhile, in 2021, the F1 star Lando Norris risked causing some upset by being really open about his plans. He mentioned that he was planning to move to Monaco after the Abu Dhabi race, like many other drivers do. He also pointed out how quickly things can change in racing, which he had seen happen to other drivers. He mentioned that he does expect some criticism, as people often make decisions based on money. He also shared a glimpse of his fancy apartment on Instagram before renovating it, mentioning it had a nice view. Norris joined many other F1 stars in choosing Monaco as his home. It's a popular spot, with more than half of the current drivers living there. Stars like Alex Albon, Daniel Ricciardo, Charles Leclerc, George Russell, Lewis Hamilton, Valtteri Bottas, Nico Hülkenberg, and Sergio Perez all reportedly enjoy the tax benefits and glamorous lifestyle it offers. Initially, Norris wasn't keen on leaving his home base in Surrey. He felt there was still a lot for him to gain by being close to McLaren and having easy access to their facilities whenever he needed them. So what are your thoughts about Lando Norris? Share with us in the comments below. Don't forget to hit the like and subscribe buttons. Until next time.